Shalom. If you're watching this, I hope you're doing well. A little bit of a different video today. I'm doing stealth camping here it's a place called Summit Park. It's a suburb of Cincinnati. There's a dog park, a huge playground, a giant watchtower, which luckily there's no cops or rangers up there because that would make this very hard. Big shout out to Steve Wallace, the patron saint of stealth camping. So I'm going to give this a go. Sunset is in about a half hour. See the sun over there going down. Now my primary task is to scout out a place that I can set up my tent. There are some woods off to my right. That's where I'm going to be going. There's also a lot of people here still, so I'll figure that out. Today is voting day, so I'm hoping that the police will be, for the next couple hours at least, focused on the polling places. It should give me some time to get all set up and tucked away before I go enjoy some step twos. And also, I brought my nice camera, more like a decoy, so if people see me with my giant backpack on, they're not like, what's this weirdo doing with a giant backpack? They'll figure, oh, it's camera gear. So hopefully that'll dissuade people from being too nosy. This is a beautiful park, by the way. They have lots of like water features. They put in some planes, willows, things like that. They really actually care about attracting different types of birds here. So in the summer it's beautiful, and then in the fall there's a giant open space there, and it's really just a lot of people bringing their kids to play on the playground, walking the dogs. They have the red, white, and blue ash every year, 4th of July here. They had Gavin DeGraw play, this most recent one. It's quickly becoming one of the biggest 4th of July celebrations in Ohio, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to turn this off now, but I'll be back with you when I find a place. All right, I think we're in the clear. So I made it over the hill. There's some construction going on over there. There's a lady I just walked by. There she goes. Let's see. Go on. Okay. So now there are some little paths around here. I'm gonna follow in, but obviously I can't camp by them. Ooh, there's a deer. You see him? Or her? Hey there. Hello. That's pretty cool. It's a good omen. Oh, someone's built like a shelter over there, but we won't be. That's too close to the edge. Sorry, bud, I'm gonna have to follow you. I have to follow this deer for a little bit. Sorry. Lead me to a good place, eh? Is that a good spot in there? I think the deer might be showing me the best spot. All right. Man, there's rabbits, deer, a lot of wildlife out here. So this is my first stealth camping video. If people like it, I'll definitely be doing more. It's just about finding good places around Cincinnati. There's a ton, but I just haven't put in a lot of time and effort. Okay, that's the edge of the forest there. So here, I'll get back with you in a second. I gotta do some bushwhacking. I found my spot, but there's this giant hill that leads down to the woods, and I don't know if you can see, right between the trees there's this fucking weirdo just standing up on the hill looking. I don't know where he's looking, but I'm waiting for him to get off the hill so I can set up my tent. There's always some person who ruins it for everyone, right? Get out of here, weirdo. Alrighty. Whew. Talk about adrenaline. Now I get it when you stealth camp. Like every couple seconds I'm looking over my shoulder making sure no one's walking on the paths. But we got the tent here. Got the tent set up. I'll give you a little tour. So this is my one-person tent, and it is tiny. And by tiny, I mean my sleeping pad takes up the entire width of the tent. So I almost thought about not using my sleeping pad, but it's going to get down to 40, high 30s tonight, and my sleeping pad is insulated, so I will be needing that heat retention. All right, so now that we are all set up, it is time to walk over to the bar and enjoy a couple step twos. All right, so we're gonna walk out to the trail that people use. Well, we'll stop right here. Let's zoom in. Nice and hidden. Perfect. All right. And the other thing I learned after doing the setup, it's not like I've been through the whole stealth camping experience yet, but when Steve Wallace is ready for a step two, you're more ready for a step two after setting your tent up where it shouldn't be. I'll tell you that much. So if you can see those apartment buildings to the right of the tower that I'm walking towards, there is a bar called Higher Gravity, and they have 26 different beers on tap. Beers for people who don't even like beer. I mean, you can find flavors that you didn't even think existed. So hopefully they'll let me film in there, because I'd love to show you the tap list and some of what Cincinnati has to offer. But I'll check back in with you in a little bit. The hard part's over with. Now we get to enjoy some beers and get sleepy enough to go to sleep. And behind me, zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in. Here. That is what is on tap. 26 different beers, all different kinds. So, if you have a taste for step twos, this is the place for you. All right. So after many step twos at this amazing bar, Higher Gravity, I am heading back to my tent. And if you've ever seen Trailer Park Boys, I'm fucked, Rand. I had quite a few beers tonight, so I think going to sleep is going to be pretty easy this evening. And yeah, so I'll get back with you when I'm in the tent. I don't think at this point I'm going to even eat dinner because I'm ready to go to sleep, but I'll check in. Hello there. I made it back to the tent safely after many step twos at the bar. I don't know, it's cool. So the bartender there, Annie, the last time I saw her was back in July, and she had a bun in the oven, and she was about to give birth. And I went there tonight for the first time since July, and it was her first night back. So it was cool catching up with her and making sure everything was good with her and her husband and the baby, and everything is just great in her life. And I'm just like, that's awesome. And my buddy AJ came and joined me for a drink or two, and we met this girl named Mo, who's quite the character. So it was a good night of drinking. And then towards the end of the night, it hits you like, oh yeah, I'm not Ubering home. I'm walking 300 yards into a tent in the woods that I'm not supposed to be in. But here I am. And it's nice and quiet. And hopefully I do not get disturbed by the Blue Ash Police Department. But if I do, it'll be good footage. But this tent I'm in, let's see if you can tell, it's tiny. So hopefully I don't move around too much in my sleep tonight. But talking about stealth camping real quickly, it's fun. It's really fun because even though, like, when I came out in the woods here, there was like one dude who I was kind of worried about watching, seeing what I was doing, and then every now and then people are walking on the trails kind of by you. You still have an adrenaline rush, so you're constantly looking around like, oh fuck, I shouldn't be here, and you're setting your stuff up, and then you get it all set up, and you get this dump, and you're like, whew, success. It's like ready for a step two. So it was a great night overall. It's so crazy to think, like, I'm camping, well, I don't want to say exactly where I live, but like, oh, I'm camping pretty close close to home, so I can just hop in my car in the morning and just drive home real quickly instead of the 2-hour, 3-hour drive I normally take every week on my backpacking videos. So this is going to be not a rare one, but a one-off. If I get enough response, I'm going to keep doing stealth camping, obviously, but my plan for next week is to go to another state forest within 3-hour drive of me. But I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I got lucky with the deer, like, leading me to the campsite, and I don't know, hopefully it's enough to be entertaining and you enjoy it. But at this point, I'm ready to go to sleep, so I'm gonna put on a little movie and probably fall asleep to that. So I'll check in the morning when I'm getting ready to go, but at this point, all the hard parts are done. If I get busted when I'm, breaking up camp in the morning, it's like, oh, I'm on the way out, bud. So I hope you had a great day, everyone. I hope you have a great night, and I'll check in the morning. As I say, mañana. All right, 2 last points before I go to sleep. So I just got up to go to the bathroom, and if you're gonna stealth camp or camp by yourself, know what deer sound like when they're running through the woods. I got up to go to the bathroom, and immediately I heard a bunch of crashing through the trees, but I knew it was a deer, so that was not a problem. And the second thing, I've already forgotten, but I will complain a little bit about my sleeping pad. It's already sort of deflated, so luckily it's insulated, so if it deflates all the way, that's fine. It'll still be insulated, but it is kind of cold. It's low 40s right now. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you mañana. Good morning. It is 37 degrees and 7:20 in the morning. I slept pretty well, to be honest with you, except for this air mattress. I didn't fill it enough. So I slept on my side, and my hip is hurting a little bit. But if that's the worst thing, then this was a total success. So let's get packed up and back to the car. I did it. Stealth camping was a success. So I touched on when I went to the bathroom and there was a deer coming through the woods. Well, that deer decided to go to sleep somewhere near me, because you know how like cats will do, before they sit down, they do like this little circle. They make this like little nest wherever they are, and then they sit down. Well, that's what the deer was doing. I heard it like circling around in some of the dead leaves and then plop itself down. So that was kind of nice, knowing that I was going to sleep by a deer. It's probably the same deer that led me to the camp spot. So all in all, it's been a success. Beautiful morning. And since I only got about 5 hours of sleep, I think I'm due for a little nap when I get home. I hope you enjoyed watching. And until next time, take it easy.